Taking a look at today's equity index futures markets, let's look at the NASDAQ futures as they're realizing a fourth day of higher price action. We're seeing them up nicely on the session, about 1% currently, around 15,302 currently in the futures market. And I think when you look at some of the reasons why we're seeing this continued strength, it really has to do with some of the underlying themes within the market as we're seeing a rotation taking place now into some of these growth names that had struggled during the month of September. And as we're on the kind of the preliminary of some of the big tech names coming out with announcements this week in the earnings environment in the next couple of weeks, but starting this week, I think the tone has been set last week that the expectations have been ratcheted up a little bit, and it does appear to be benefiting the tech sector and therefore benefiting the NASDAQ futures as we're seeing expectations rising into earnings announcements. Couple that with also, as I mentioned, some of the dynamics within the market. I think we are seeing, again, this rotation continuing to ebb and flow, but some of these tech names that had struggled in the month of September, as we do see some of these equity markets recovering nicely, are starting to catch a bid. I think that's also helping to support the NASDAQ. Now, looking at the trends in place, we are seeing the NASDAQ trading at the highest level in just about 3 weeks. Again, pushing back up and recovering some of the lost ground that we did observe in September. And from today's perspective, I want to point out that NASDAQ futures are the best performer of the four major equity index futures markets, as we're seeing them up about 1%. We did see the S&P up about 30 basis points, or just over 0.25% for the day. However, the Dow and then the Russell futures were basically unchanged to slightly lower on the session. So again, that dispersion between the futures markets today, as we're seeing the NASDAQ outperforming the other major equity index futures markets.